Hey guys, Darko here. In this video I'll share with you recommended picture settings for Samsung's 2024 OLED TVs. In front of us is Samsung's 55-inch S95D, but these settings are applicable to other screen sizes and to S90D model, one step below this one. There are no major changes compared to last year, but still, for the sake of completeness, let's go through my recommended steps as we continue this video. Stay tuned. I always like to start with step number one, which is make sure that your TV is in home mode. To do that, you need to access settings menu. To access settings menu, you can go through home menu, then scroll to the left until you see settings, and then here you select all settings. Now you need to scroll to general and privacy, system manager, and here you will see usage mode. It should be set to home mode. Sometimes, like is currently the case, you cannot change it. If that happens to you and your TV is in store mode, then try switching inputs. Switch, for example, to live TV and see if you can change it there. If that doesn't help, you can always reset TV to factory settings with option here, for which you will need initial pin. Once this is done, the time is to select the most accurate picture modes. To do that, now instead of going through home menu, let's press settings button and press this settings button again. Here you will see a list of different options. You can drag and drop to adjust them. This is my configuration. And first option is selection of picture mode. But I'll show you in all settings full list. So for general content, for SDR and HDR, for live TV, for watching movies, TV shows, streaming, etc., I recommend either movie or filmmaker mode. And that's basically it if you're not into games or you don't plan to connect to PC. If you want to play games, then you will need to activate game mode. And let's again go to this settings menu at the bottom of the screen and look for game mode icon. Once you press it, TV will switch to game mode. And then you see that picture mode changed to game. Now, if we go to all settings, you see that some options are now not available. And then within expert settings, you will see different controls. Again, some are not available because in game mode, TV needs to deliver picture to show it on the screen as quickly as possible. There are additional menus for game mode. If you go to connection, you will see game mode settings. Here you have listed the different controls like virtual aim point and so on. And in game picture expert, you have additional tweaks for the image, HDR10 plus gaming, and game HDR for HGIG guideline. Two options are available. Now there is also another menu dedicated for gamers, but as you see, it's not listed anywhere. You need to press play and pause button on the screen. So it's one button on the remote. Long press it and this specific gaming menu will appear. And you will see some options from previous menu available here, as well as help guide to show you tips for different settings. But at the bottom of the screen, you will also see information about input lag mode, current resolution, current number of frames per second, and whether HDR is engaged, and same for VRR, variable refresh rate. For connection to PC to get full color resolution, all you need to do is change HDMI name to PC. Probably this will be done automatically, but if not, so I'm now switching to my laptop. If not, if you go to home menu and connected devices, you will see arrow down. If you press arrow down, you have edit option, and here you can choose device icon, so make sure PC is selected. And then once you're in PC mode, if you go to all settings, you will see picture modes, 2 options available, entertain and graphic. I recommend graphic, and then you adjust it in the same way as you would filmmaker mode. Here it's important to disable picture tweaks like dynamic contrast, this contrast enhancer option, set color tone to warm 2. For gamma, you can set it to BT1886 or 2.2. If you select BT.1886, then you can further tweak it here. And then for color space settings, to get most accurate colors without oversaturation, select color space auto option. Now coming back to general content, movies and TV shows. As I said, no major changes compared to last year, but let's go through settings that you see which options are available. Picture size settings, 16:9 standard, and then fit to screen to see the entire image. Expert settings, brightness and contrast, here you can tweak. For HDR, brightness will be maxed out, and you can, of course, freely adjust this value if the image is too bright. You also have gamma control if we scroll down here, and here you can also tweak the image furthermore. And then if you want TV to automatically adjust brightness, just go to General and Privacy, Power and Energy Saving, and here you can enable brightness optimization. With minimum brightness, you can limit how much TV will dim the image from maximum 50 down to 40 in this example. And you also have quick option here. So if you go to this quick menu, you see that power and energy is available here, as well as brightness control. So you can quickly do tweaks if necessary without going to the full menu. Now let's go back to expert settings. Let's see what else we have. Sharpness, up to you. For high quality content, I recommend sharpness at 0. But of course, for low resolutions, and if you feel like you want TV to further increase sharpness of the image, then you have flexibility with this control. Color at 25, that's okay, same for tint. You can have same values for picture controls across different inputs if you select all sources here. Picture clarity settings related to motion interpolation. For best sharpness, blur reduction at 10. And then for movie content, I would say up to 3 is okay. Only in difficult scenes like text appearing in front of running water, for example, like at the first scenes of movie Prometheus, then you will see some artifacts. But in general, it's okay to put judder up to 3. No issue with that. There is also clear motion, so black frame insertion, which will dim the image and can introduce flickering. But if you feel like you need higher sharpness, then do it with this control. And then noise reduction for film grain, for noise in the image of all recordings, you have standard and high value. This control is efficient, so you can use it, but in general, to see original source, set noise reduction to off. Contrast enhancer, I recommend to keep turned off. HDR tone mapping, in general, it will make the image brighter than it should according to standards, so I recommend to keep it at static, but again, up to you if you want to add further brightness to the image. Film mode, this is for interlaced signals, so probably it will be disabled. Color tone, set it to warm 2. White balance, you have 2-point and 20-point controls for HDR. These are tweaks I did to high level and low level, so bright and dark area of the image. And then if you have calibration equipment, you can further tweak it with 20-point settings. Gamma, as I mentioned, here you will see what type of signal is coming to the TV. For SDR, it will be BT.1886 or 2.2. For HLG, it will be HLG. And then for HDR10 content, it will be ST.2084. Shadow detail, this is black level adjustment, but I didn't see a need to tweak it, but it's up to you if you want to raise blacks or lower them down with this control. Next we have color space settings. I recommend that you stay with auto option and color gamut at DCI-P3. You can change this by going to custom, and here if you change to BT.2020, you see it will stay like that, but according to my tests and evaluation, DCI-P3 gives the most accurate colors. And then if you want to do calibration and tweak primary and secondary colors, then custom mode is available and you can then do further tweaks like that. Next control is color booster, new control this year, which will increase saturation of certain colors, and this Indian market scene is great because as I change it from low to high and as I toggle these values, you see that basically it increases saturation and brightness for red and blue. So if you want the most accurate image, turn it off, but if you want brighter colors, then you have this flexibility here. Smart calibration, as in previous years, you can calibrate picture with your phone. Certain models are supported, and then you can do adjustments with this control available here. Peak brightness for HDR, keep it at high. Basically it will limit maximum brightness, so for the most impactful HDR image, keep it at high. And at the end we've come to reset picture, to reset all settings to factory defaults. Now, as this is an OLED TV, I want to show you another control specifically related to taking care of the OLED panel. So under General and Privacy, we'll find Panel Care option, where you can enable pixel shift so that the entire screen shifts from time to time a bit, and adjust logo brightness to prevent image retention of logos. So this is especially important if you're watching live TV with lower thirds and fixed elements on the image. And then there is pixel refresh. It's a process which, so when it starts, the power is turned off for about 30 minutes, and then you can do it if you notice some stubborn traces of image on the screen. So these three controls you have at your disposal. Finally, let me show you AI options available on this TV. Every year AI is advancing, it's a big buzzword and companies are promoting this feature. So to enable it on this TV, you need to turn on intelligent mode, and then you will see picture mode changing to either AI optimized, eye comfort, or AI customization mode. Now let me go to intelligent mode and scroll down and go to its settings menu, which you can find here under General and Privacy as well. So you have three options here. Optimized is completely controlled by the TV, so you don't have further tweaks here, except to go back to picture settings and see which options are available. So you can still tweak many options. But if we go back to intelligent mode settings, if for example we select eye comfort, you will see eye comfort settings. and then if we change it to AI customization, you will see that TV can detect whether you're watching sports, movie, or something general, and then tweak it in a way you want. For example, for movies, you will see for contrast 4 different scenes, and then you choose how much contrast you want in the picture. Then for color saturation, you can adjust here, color tone, also warm to cold, and then you see this message, TV will automatically adjust picture in that way. Still, even with that, you have flexibility to tweak certain values on your own. But for example, you see that color will be controlled automatically, contrast enhancer as well, color tone as well, and so on. But still you have flexibility to, for example, tweak gamma or shadow detail or color space. And guys, with this we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching it. As you saw, no major changes in picture settings compared to 2023 Samsung TVs. Some additional controls like color booster, but nothing significant. AI options doing too much to the image and not to my liking, so I'm not recommending them. But I would like to hear your opinion, your experience with latest Samsung lineup and which options are you using. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I wish you a great day.